Me and Caleb were like, spend the money. Like all of your money that you earn that you think that you're like leaving for us in an inheritance, like feel like I hope my parents feel like they can spend it how they want. And so my mom, of course, took that to heart and is like, I'm blowing it.
Mm-hmm. I love that for her.
All right. Well, welcome back, everyone, to the KarWell Chronicles. We have another episode of Just You and I where we get to catch up.
I know. And even though this is only posting 2 weeks after the last one, we haven't really seen each other in a month. So we probably have more to catch up on than people think.
Literally. Also, sorry for being MIA, as always.
As always, you're gone. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, Sarah's gone all the time. And then I have like back-to-back trips in November. And I'm like, never mind. It's just both of us. It's not just Sarah.
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure.
Yeah.
That we get to be gone all the time. Well, let's catch up on drama because there's been no shortage of it in the month that we've been apart.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Let me think of, well, we're 3 days out, right? Today's what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Yeah, we're 3 days out from having the lake property done.
Exciting. Finally. This was after, I think we talked about this last time. The plumber like ditched us for 3 weeks in August and was like, I'll be back to your projects when I want to.
Yeah. After he gave us a whole speech the first day he came on the job site and he was like, I never take any more projects until I'm completely done with one. Yours will like, once I'm here until it's done.
He's still not even technically done with Newaygo. He's just pushing it off on somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. We upset him with the poop scenario that we discussed on the last one. And I think that just set him off.
We didn't do that.
I know. Well, that, and he just had a million complaints about how when he would show up, there wouldn't be all the parts that we needed. But I'm like, you're the plumber. You have to tell me what you need.
Yeah, you didn't tell us that what you needed for anything.
I don't know what goes on the inside of the walls.
Literally, like he
went to.
We're going off on a tangent that's not lake now, but he literally went to install this thing that I've had sitting there for a month. I told them a month ago that I needed this installed, and he went to go install it, and he was like, the piece in the wall doesn't match this. And I'm like, you had a month to tell me that.
Literally.
Like, you couldn't have told me that sooner. I don't know anything about plumbing.
Yeah.
And so when Ethan's there with him, they're like, send me screenshots. And I'm like, we could have done this months ago. Mm-hmm. You've been working on this project since July.
Dude, I'm telling you, GCs do not see further than 5 minutes in front of them.
It's so irritating. And then they want to get mad. And I'm like, you're mad at me because you didn't tell me what you needed. Got it.
Yeah, thank you.
That makes sense.
That's my
Working
fault.
with their egos is next to the hardest thing ever. I'm glad that Ethan is mostly doing it for us. Because like, I would be losing it. I almost lose it on the phone with Ethan, let alone with the contractor. Literally.
I was going to ask what it's like to be type A with GCs because I'm like, there's so many scenarios throughout even this week alone where I'm like, oh, I'm so thankful I'm type B. Like, I'm just like, meh. It is what it is. It's fine.
Beyond irritating. I'm like, just give me a list of what you need.
Yeah.
You walked the project. We gave you the scope from the very beginning. At that point, you had a list in your head of everything that you needed. Yeah. Why didn't you just write it down and give it to me?
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Everybody who's a contractor needs a type A person working on their team.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Yeah. We had several things. Like, we got to the job site this week and like, we have 4 exterior lights and one of them, the glass wasn't on it. And I was like, it's really odd that he would like 100% complete. I mean, granted, we know our electrician, like he's a little nutty.
He's unique.
He's unique. But I was like, man, where is this like glass piece? I can't find it anywhere. And then I texted him and I'm like, hey, why didn't you finish this last light? And he's like, oh, I broke it. And I was like,
you didn't want to tell anybody?
At what point? Where are you going to let me know? You know the project's got to be done next week, Monday, and we have teams that are coming to photograph it. Like, I'm not a mind reader, Keith.
He's about to go to Newaygo. I need him to tell me if things get broken. I just don't get it at all. It's the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, I know. Well, and Mick, our current GC, he was talking about another client of his and he was like, yeah, I just have these very particular clients where they want everything to look a very specific way. And I was like, no, all clients do.
Everybody does. Everybody who's paying money for your work wants it done a specific way. And once in a while, I like appreciate the problem solving attempt on their part. But then you show up and like, this is a problem solving thing, which he was doing the best in his situation. It's really not a big deal. We've fixed it since then. But like, the cabinets that didn't fit in the bathroom at Newaygo, and he just like cut the drywall around them. And then he's like, this door opens, but this door doesn't open, but that's just going to be a problem later. And I'm like, I need both doors to open. Like, I don't think, and it looks weird because now there's just this little gap between the drywall and the cabinet. And I was like, I truly appreciate you trying to make this work. This doesn't work. I need you to pull it out.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot nonetheless. My dad came in yesterday and I was like complaining about one of the in the primary bedroom, the tile in there is like 2 foot by 4 foot tiles. And so he's got the tile laid perfectly symmetrical, right? Where you've got the big one in the middle and the cut ones on the side. And it just looks flawless. And then the shower nook where all of like the shampoos and conditioners go, off center. And I'm like, Dad, why would they do this? And he's like, because you have to put it between studs. Like you have to put it in a certain location. And
Then
I was like,
make it smaller.
I was like, I know there's a way to get around that. Like you're telling me you couldn't put support on the bottom and the top in between the studs to like reallocate the weight distribution. And he was like, well, that's just a lot of extra work. And I was like, and
a lot of extra work that you get paid for.
I'm happy to pay it. I just don't want to stare at something that's slightly off center forever.
Oh my gosh. My mom was talking about, because they're redoing their bathroom.
Yeah.
And she's like thinking ahead, right? She's like, with the age that I'm at, I'm going to want like this ledge because I don't like holding my leg up on the side of the wall to shave my leg. I want a ledge for it. She goes, so do like a long nook up at the top and then just do like a tiny one off to the side for my foot. And I was like, we're not doing that. I was like, we're doing 2 long ones because it has to look like uniform. And she goes, oh, that makes way more sense. And I was like, I know it does.
Yes.
It just,
that's
some
what I'm here
people's
for.
brains just don't work like that.
Yeah. I will say though, like Ethan and I were running around like crazy people this entire week because it's Hell Week. You know, it's
the
like
worst.
It's the best and the worst week.
I'm
like,
not looking forward to it.
I love it and I hate it. Like it just all day long you just start seeing all these little corners come together, but it's like problem after problem after problem after problem, and we just have to be on site to just be like, okay, I'm gonna run and get this thing because you can't be delayed. Like I am your safety net on this. But we were going to bed one night this week and I was like, man, I just am so grateful for these types of problems. Like I'm not fighting any sort of a sickness. I don't have family members that are. Like I just like I will take these problems every day of the week. Like, and so the GCs got there the next morning and I was like, we're all gonna have a good week, aren't we? And they're like, we're gonna try. I'm like, no, we're having a good week.
We are having a good week, boys. Positive energy, please.
Yeah, but they're doing a great job and it's looking so good. I've only made them redo like under 10 things this week. Well,
wow. I'm so proud of you. Only 10 change orders?
I think, well, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I should clarify. It's like I changed 5 things and then I added 5 things.
So it's not things that they did wrong. You just changed your mind?
Yeah. Well, for example, like they added the outdoor shower, but then the plumbing, I didn't realize all of the plumbing is on the exterior.
It's like PVC pipes and everything?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're not PVC, they're metal, but it all is on the exterior. And so they're like, do you love the shower? And I'm like, no. I don't. Like,
is it a little too industrial looking for you? Is that the problem?
Yeah, well, and it's got like the red knob and the blue knob, and the house is black and white, right? And so it's like it just like
it sticks out to you, but it wouldn't stick out to anybody else.
I'm gonna send you a picture of it because you're gonna be like,
it'll stick out to me too, I'm sure. Yeah. But like a guest walking up, is it gonna be like, look at this black and white house with that blue and red knob over there? It ruins the experience for me.
So they started like building this cover for it. And then they were like building it with wood that didn't match the rest of the wood. And I was like, no, like the wood has to be cedar. And they were like, okay, we'll go to the store and get cedar. And I'm like, thank you. And now it looks really great.
I'm sure it does.
Looks incredible. But yeah, but I will say this GC in particular, his name's Mick, and he is so patient with me. Like he gives me no attitude and then I'm like, look, I'm going to change 18 things this week. And then next week when the client gets here, she's also going to give me 18 things that I'm going to have to deliver to you. And I just need you to look at me with a straight face and say, yes, I'll pay you for it. We'll talk about the timeline. I'm going to be annoying. And it just is what it is. And
he's making consistent money. He's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's been really great to work with on that aspect of things where he's not like sighing and like making me feel guilty for wanting it to be perfect.
I know. That is one thing about like just working in general that I've noticed, and this I ran into this and I've talked about this before, about even just like the FedEx guy delivering stuff. Why do people make such a hassle about just doing their freaking job?
Nobody wants to work.
Nobody wants to work. And I get it. Sometimes it's not fun because like there are some days even in a great job where I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do this today. But like if you're working with a client, just do what you're being paid to do.
Yeah.
Like good for Mick for just doing it.
Literally.
But, like, sometimes you'll get them and they're like annoyed and I'm like, it's literally your job.
I know. Please don't give me attitude about the fact that it's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was even talking about that a little bit, and this is kind of a tangent, but with my mom and like my dad having nosebleeds in Sweden, and she's like, why do I feel like I have to fist fight a doctor to like dig into the issue more than just like, oh, it stopped bleeding, so I'm sure he's fine. And I'm like,
what? That was their answer?
Yeah. Yeah. So they're not like pursuing surgery or like putting a scope down it or anything. They're just like, oh, it stopped bleeding, I'm sure he's fine. And I'm like, okay, he had 7 nosebleeds a day for 2 weeks, but
that's crazy.
Yeah. And so I'm like, why is there not just like a website where you can go on and be like, I want an MRI? Like if an MRI costs $2,000 and it's a 3-month wait, why can't I just sign up for it online? Why do I have to fist fight a doctor to be like,
yeah, you have to get referred for it.
Yeah. Like why is that a thing?
It's because insurance.
Ugh. Don't even get me started on
the
that.
scam that is insurance.
Yeah. Big Pharma and insurance are shaking hands over it.
It's so annoying.
It's
like you have to fight people to like advocate for your health.
Yeah.
And then like even insurance, I could go down an entire rabbit hole about how like when somebody's diagnosed with cancer, they have to decide between like going into mass amounts of debt or dying.
Yeah.
Because insurance makes it like impossible to get the treatment for it. It makes me so mad. My parents and I have conversations like this all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And so my mom was like telling me about her experience with a doctor, and my mom is like, she does a really great job of like pushing, you know, like she's not afraid to like be that lady. She's not afraid to like put on her Karen hat.
Especially when she's advocating for her husband.
I know.
I can only imagine how much she's like pushing for him.
And my dad won't. Like he absolutely will not. You know, he like doesn't want to be a bother to anyone ever. And so she's like, yeah, I just feel like I'm like, you know, it's their job to like take the time to diagnose. And I know they're overworked, and I know they see 1 million patients a day, and I know. And I'm like, yeah, but you shouldn't have to like, it is their job. Like,
yeah. Like, you know, that it can suck that they see that many patients a day and they can still have to do their job correctly.
Yeah.
Like 2 things can be true at the same time. And maybe there needs to be a better system for doctors, but like that doesn't mean they still chose to go into that profession. So that doesn't mean that they get to give lower quality care.
Yeah. 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 So they just sent him on his way, which I mean, he says he feels fine. So.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes me so annoyed. I feel so bad for him because it's just going to start up again probably.
Probably. I told my mom, I was like, just go because the last podcast, or I guess it wasn't the last, it was a few times ago with Caleb, where me and Caleb were like, spend the money, like all of your money that you earn that you think that you're like leaving for us in an inheritance, like feel like, I hope my parents feel like they can spend it how they want. And so my mom, of course, took that to heart and is like, I'm blowing it.
I love that for her.
I'm like, okay, mom, well, if you're going to blow it outside of like vacations with your family, which like I'm a recipient of it, I'm totally fine for you blowing it there. But also just go get a Prenuvo scan. Like I've seen those all over online, and they are like a full body, checks every organ, every bone.
The Kardashians got those done.
Yeah. And now they're available in Detroit and in Chicago, and it's like $2,100 for a full body one. And I'm like, you would pay that for a regular MRI and have to fist fight everyone for it on the way.
So is it going to tell you like clots, cancer, if you have diabetes, like everything, any disease that you could possibly have, it's going to tell you about?
I don't know if it's
Arthritis,
any disease, but
carpal
it's
tunnel.
Yeah, I think it's like the most comprehensive check that you can get.
Oh,
I'll take this out, but yeah. So I'm like, go get it.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
It's gonna hurt.
Like, sign me up for one too. Ethan and I will go.
I don't want to know.
I do want to know. I'm becoming more of a hypochondriac.
You and Ethan both want me to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah. Go get your skin checked.
No. Maybe later.
Literally. But anyway, other drama in my life. We got the Maddie and Skylar, the projects that we are partnered on with them out in New York. And I know that you've heard this already, but
this is good drama though.
This is such good
positive drama.
It just feels so good. I'll give all of you who are listening the backstory. When we started purchasing these properties, and it's the same in Michigan as it is in New York. We focus on these middle of nowhere properties where we are going to be flipping these properties into the nicest property on the lake or in the area. It just is, it's what allows us to have the budget to create the experience. If we wanted to purchase on, let's say, Torch Lake here, like I would be buying at such a high price that I would have like 4 pennies to rub together to like buy furniture. And so to get the numbers from a cash flow perspective to work, we buy in less nice areas and we make the house nice, which leaves us in a little bit of a riskier spot when you look at appreciation. But we're trading that for cash flow, right? So when we bought the New York properties, we had several people that were like, we were pitching it to investors saying that we were assuming that it would, for example, the River House would appraise for $400,000. That's what we were projecting it at. There is maybe one other $400,000 house in the area that this property's in. So like, okay, you're going to have to, you're just kind of like picking a number. And we got very publicly ridiculed on that. And that took a hit to our ego. We were like, okay, are we actually doing this right or are we not doing this right? And so we launched that project last October, or was it 2 October? Yeah, it had to be last October. From a cash flow perspective, it's crushing it. I think like it'll break $200,000 this year, which is insane for a house that holds 6, right? So from a cash flow perspective, it just exceeded all of our expectations, but we just didn't know if our projection for the appraisal was going to come back as high as we had projected it to. And again, we projected it at 400 and we had it appraised last week and it appraised for 450. It feels so good. Like,
that is nice.
The investor, who is the only investor on that project, he'll get half of his money back before year 1.
That's crazy.
And he's got something that is just cash flowing like a madman.
And the nice thing is, get his money back, but he's like wanting to continue to invest, from my understanding.
Yeah.
So it's nice to like see that, prove it to like the other people who maybe weren't, but then in reality, you want to work with the same investor over and over again.
Yeah.
So whether it proves it to other people or not, okay, but it proved it to him.
Yeah.
And so he's just going to probably continue investing going forward.
Yeah. I don't know that he even understands really how good of a deal that is.
He's chilling.
He's chilling. He does not want to understand. Like which is part of the reason why he just puts his money into stuff that other people build, because he doesn't want to do it himself. Yes. I think he has really no understanding at all of how incredible of a deal that was, because like we emailed him, or Maddie emailed him, was like, oh my God, it appraised for 450. And he's like, great job. That's it, period.
What's so crazy to me is like, he has no desire to understand that part.
Yeah.
But he is truly one of the most hospitable people I've ever met in my life. And he would do such a good job, I think, on these, if he like wanted to plug into anything outside of just being hospitable, but he doesn't have to.
He's hunting with the boys.
Yeah. He's just hanging out, but he really is. I think he would do such a great job doing this.
Yeah, which, I mean, it makes sense why he like felt confident investing his money with us in B&Bs. Like it is very aligned with his personality in general. But yeah, I mean, just to be in conversations with him about his finances and where his money is, he has no clue. And it's so like, he's the greatest investor ever.
That's the exact kind of investor you want.
It's just like, sounds great. Keep it going. We're like,
good job, team. I'm here to be your cheerleader.
Yeah. So that was really incredible. And then we're moving forward on another property in Michigan here with the investor that we've been working with all year. I mean, it sounds like this was a little tangent that I was going to go on. When we started searching for another property for this investor, I was looking all over the place, as I do every single time. And I noticed that in comparison to any other time that I've looked at properties across the state, there are so many Airbnbs for sale. And I mean, I can tell immediately that it's an Airbnb, right? Like the photos are way better. Like they don't have all the clutter that you would normally have when you live in it. Like it's clean.
There's a certain way the beds are made.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can tell when it's either a vacation home or like a short-term rental.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are so many for sale. And so I've been like, every single time I see one for sale, I'll get on AirDNA and see if I can like see how much they're making. And they're making like 20 or 30 grand in houses that are like, the house itself is the same quality as ours, you know? Like they're nice homes that just are poorly designed, poorly photographed, poorly run. And they're making $20,000 to $30,000 a year. And we have properties next door that are making $120,000 a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we are moving forward. I'm buying one that has been an existing short-term rental. And I just feel like she allocated the budget all wrong when she was doing it herself, the previous owner, because she spent all of her money redoing all of the drywall, all of the electrical, all of the kitchen, all of the bathrooms, like flipped the house and then didn't paint a single wall, didn't hang a single curtain. The bedding doesn't match.
Curtains?
No curtains anywhere in the house.
I hung up curtains the other day and it completely changed the entire look of the room.
Yeah.
You could not paint and put curtains, and I would say you're doing an okay job.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah. The furniture doesn't fit in the bedrooms.
I can't.
All of it's thrifted. And so she's making, this is a 4-bed, 4-bath on a lake in northern Michigan. And it is a nice house. Like baseline is way nicer than anything that we've taken on from a renovation perspective. And she was making $30,000 a year. And I'm like, this thing, literally
Gross or like book revenue?
Yeah, the total revenue that she's making for the year is $30,000.
So she's not taking home anything.
Yeah, nothing. Unless she owns it in cash, but
yeah,
literally nothing.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so I when I pitched it, I was like, okay, look, they're making 30, we're gonna make 130.
Yeah.
And that's what design and renovations and adding a hot tub and sauna will do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm seeing that, like, I saw a bunch of short-term rentals that come with a permit for sale here in Grand Haven and South Haven, like kind of all over the place. And I think that some of them are overpriced, some of them are fairly priced, but we're starting to see it everywhere and they're not all bad deals. So
I know. I was doing the math on Alpina because we're listing it probably within the next couple weeks. And I don't think I didn't price it to sell it as a rental. Like I priced it to sell it to somebody who either wants a home.
You priced it to sell it.
Yeah, I priced it to sell it as a home or somebody's second home or whatever else. Like if somebody wants to come in and buy it as a rental, I just made sure that it's a great deal for them if they want to just like even if they had to put like the 20%, full 20% down, it's a great deal for them. But I was like thinking about it and Tyler was like, should we? And I was like, I just don't. I was like, honestly, I kind of just want to be done with that like era.
Yeah.
It's done great for us, but I was like wondering how other people were thinking about that. Cause I even talked to Aubrey about it because she's the one who's listing our house and she obviously lists short-term rentals, but she lists other stuff. And I was like, I don't think I want, like, we can mention that it is a rental. And like, if another investor comes in and wants it, sure. But I was like, I don't think I'm going to even be advertising it in that way.
Yeah.
One, because I know that the regulation's a little rocky up there. Like they still haven't decided anything about that. But also I was just like, somebody could easily just buy this as a home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And the regulation might turn out just fine, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they've been super open
to
everything, but like they haven't talked about it since we went to that meeting. I've looked at all of the meeting notes and they like brought it up for 2 seconds during the last meeting. And it was the exact same thing that they said at our meeting, that they wanted to look at the surrounding cities and look at their regulation and figure out how they're enforcing it, which is exactly what they said at the last meeting. So like they're not in a rush to like set regulation. So I think everybody up there is going to be fine. So if somebody wanted it as a rental, like go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like thinking about that when we were talking about that other people are listing their rentals.
Dude, wild times. 2020 is over. But I have been seeing a ton of like content online, Airbnb content saying that like we are about to hit the next gold rush for Airbnb, or we are hitting the next gold rush.
I saw Michael Elefante talking about that.
Because of all the tax benefits, which I get it. Like the next couple of years, if wealthy people are looking to avoid taxes or to keep more money in their pocket, Airbnb is the best way to go.
I know. I've been seeing a few things from real estate agents and people in short-term rentals saying that like we're just about to tip to where it's going to be more beneficial for a buyer than a seller. And it's been like kind of a seller's market for a little while. And so I'm like, can we sell mine before that tip happens? Can we like get it off my hands? And then I'll go and buy my home.
Yes.
Into the buyer's market.
Yes.
I just want it to work out perfectly, the timing in my favor. But yeah, I've been seeing that like we're just about to tip in that direction again.
Well, you've got enough good karma on your side that I bet you that'll happen for you.
I have to tell you about a good karma situation that happened to me the other day.
Okay.
I don't think I have great karma in all situations, but this was nice. So those cabinets that I talked about being installed in Newaygo that didn't fit. So I had asked if I called Home Depot. I was like, they've been assembled. They come not assembled. I was like, they've been assembled. They tried to install them, but it didn't work. Can we still return them? They're like, yeah, if there's like no damage, go ahead. Well, there wasn't. And then I looked and they had drilled the holes for the plumbing in the back of the cabinet. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. So I was like, crap, how do I go about this? So I call the store, and I'm not going to say the store because I'm not about to get this person in trouble. And so the girl on the phone, she's super nice. And she was like, you're within the days that are supposed to happen, like that you're supposed to return. She was like, maybe there is a little damage on these and you can just go ahead and return them. I didn't do anything to them. I just like went and returned them, but I show up and she's still working when I show up to return them.
Nice.
And she walks up because somebody else is checking me out. She goes, I already QC'd this. She's good. I was like, oh my gosh, you're an angel. You're an angel of a human being. Thank you so much. Because these are like $300 each, a cabinet. And like truly there was nothing else wrong with them. And the back is like not even painted the color. It's just like basically plywood.
Yeah.
And I was like, they could easily replace that, but they're not going to let me return it. And she just made it happen. And we walked out of there. My mom goes, that was convenient. And I was like, yeah, she just saved my butt. That's $600 that I just got back for our client.
Yes.
So good karma in my favor.
Oh my God. That honestly though, like if I were, where'd you get them? Home Depot? Mm-hmm. If I were Home Depot, that's the person that you want working there, honestly. Like I just feel like you're such a big company that you want customers to be more loyal to you than they are Lowe's or Menards.
Yeah, because everybody truly has like a bunch of options, right? Like you could go local, but those 3 big options, like especially in Michigan, you could go to any of them and find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I've been so impressed with Home Depot, honestly. Their customer service has just been impeccable in comparison to Menards and Lowe's. So granted, Home Depot sponsor us, but
I started going to a different one. This location was the first time I've been back to this one for a while because they started getting mad at me. Like they started being rude every time I would bring in returns. And I was like, I order too much on purpose, knowing that like I'm going to make returns, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And some of it's worked out really well because we ended up needing extra. But my bad. They did not like making returns.
Yeah, I had to return a bunch of stuff this week too, and they were really great about it.
I started going to the Grand Haven one. The Grand Haven one, they're so nice.
I'm a big fan. I'm such a fan of Home Depot. They did something similar for me a few weeks ago where they like rang me up for, I don't know, I was buying like, let's say 6 things. And I had like various amounts of each thing, right? So I had 4 of item number 1, 10 of item number 2, 22 of item number 3, whatever. They got every single number wrong.
Oh,
literally every single number. And so my dad goes, like, we're loading stuff up in the truck and I hand my dad the receipt and he's like looking at the receipt and he's like, none of these are right. And I was like, what do you mean? I would never looked. Just paid and walked out. He's like, they have the most expensive item as the highest quantity and it's the lowest quantity. And so I walked back inside and they ended up, I don't remember what they did, but they had like too much of something and too little of another. And so they just reduced the one that I had too much of, but didn't charge me for the one that they charged me too little of. And I was like, I love it.
Okay, thank you, bye.
Yeah. I'm a loyal customer. I have spent like 40 grand here already this year.
Dude,
so.
we spend so much money at Home Depot. I did have a better experience customer service wise just shopping there too than that one time when all my stuff flew everywhere and I was with Oz and he was screaming. That one was embarrassing. I feel like I look like a damsel in distress now every time I go there with Oz. Like I'm just trying to carry things and he's screaming and now he's like at an age where he wants to yell and crawl out of the cart.
Do you not go inside and ask someone to load it all for you?
No.
I do that without a kid. I do not pick anything up out of my car. I'm like, this is my damsel in distress moment to shine.
No. And even like when I'm shopping and I have like long pieces of trim, Oz is holding it. He's like part of the team.
Emily, you're too tough for me.
I hate looking like a damsel in distress, but I have been looking like that lately. And this old man just comes up and he like holds everything for me and turns it over. Yes. He goes, are you good? Do you need help with your car? I'm like, yeah, I got it. And Oz is just holding onto the trim for me when we go to the car.
I am shameless about it. I walk inside and I'm like, who wants to help me unload?
There have been times when they've told me that they're not supposed to.
Oh.
Like there was, the door. Okay. I went to return a door that I had loaded into my car. And I was like, Oz wasn't with me this time. Okay. He wouldn't have fit in the car with the door in the car.
He can't hang onto the door while you're rolling it inside?
No. And so I go inside and I'm like, I have this return to make, but it's really big. It's a door. And they were like, we're really not supposed to like help people bring stuff in. And I was like, you want me to bring it in myself? And the guy goes, no. And he walks out with me. I'm like, of course you don't, because I'm going to drop that door in your parking lot.
Literally. Yeah. I wonder if it's like a liability thing for them. You know,
Maybe.
like it's less of a liability for you to get hurt than their employees. But no, I just find a cute old man or a young man, whoever. I always find a guy and I'm always like, hey, I have a bunch of heavy stuff. Will you load it up for me? And they're always like, yeah. I always go without Ethan for returns and I ask for help.
Oh, well, I've only been helped that one time. Once in a while, like some random worker who's like doesn't work for Home Depot but works for like a construction company will be like, ma'am, do you need help?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm already almost in my car.
I'm fine. Oh my gosh, I have another story for you. So this lake project is the first project where I've been on site like maybe 3 times since we purchased it. I've been like really adamant about trying to like control everything from a distance, be overly communicative, not be the fail-safe for everything. And our GC, he's like, has said a few times, and I just like, it's been a brain scratcher where I've just been like, what could possibly be happening? So we replaced the key for the entrance door to put a coded key on the door day 1, right? So we can see like who's typing in the codes, whatnot. Well, we do not have, like, there's a front door on the lake side of the house, or I guess a back door on the lake side of the house that doesn't have a coded entry because we don't need one. But I always have Mick lock it from the inside so that nobody can enter that door when he leaves. So there should be no way that anybody can enter the house, right? Like, other than Mick, who's got the code, and us. And so Mick keeps calling, and he's like, man, I keep showing up to the house, and the front door is unlocked, and I lock it every single time I leave. And he was like, can you check the code? Like, is anybody getting in? And we're like looking at the Schlag app, and we're like, nobody's been in. Like, why is this door unlocked? So one, I still, to this day, don't know how people are getting inside the house. But when we went up there this week, typically when we buy lake houses, I will look at who owns the lake houses, right? I'll get on the GIS map or whatever it is and like look at the names of the people. And typically like at least 50% of the houses are in LLCs. And so it's either like another business or it's a second home for somebody and they, you know, are leveraging it for taxes somehow, some way. This lake that we're on, there's not a single other LLC on the lake. Everything is owned by family and friends. And so it's a very tight knit lake community.
Oh, good. Those are so fun to be on.
Yeah. And so we get up there and again, I mean, these houses are stacked like dominoes. So like I, you know, can see the neighbors on both sides because they're so close. And the first day we're up there, very first day that Ethan and I are up there, both neighbors, one group of 4 guys comes over.
Oh, the barefoot guys.
All of them are barefoot. All of them are holding a beer. And I'm like,
so Michigan.
Yeah, it's so Michigan. And I'm like, oh, perfect. These are my kind of people. Like, we're going to get along just fine. And so they come up and they're like talking to us about the project. And I was like, do you want a tour? And they're like, oh, we've already taken one.
They went inside the house?
I was like, what do you mean you already took one? And he's like, well, you guys weren't here, but like, you know, we used to be close friends with the neighbors and we knew no one was inside and we weren't going to touch anything. We just want to see it. And I was like, okay.
You're admitting to breaking and entering into somebody's home. How did
so
they get
casually.
in?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. I just was like, couldn't even process what I was hearing.
I would have been like, can you show me? Can you be like a white hat hacker and show me how you got in here so I can stop it from happening again?
Literally. And so I'm like, okay, you guys are like absolutely harmless. And exactly the profile that I would expect to be breaking into my house. So then later on that day, the other side is a nice old couple. They're like grandparents' age, right? And he comes up and he's like, yeah, me and my brother built this house. Like I have all my childhood memories are in this house, yada, yada. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you want me to take you?
Do you want to see how I just tore it apart and completely changed all your childhood memories?
Yeah, I was like, it's a disaster inside, but like, if you want to see it, you can. He's like, oh, I already have.
What in the world is up with these people?
Like, what do you mean you already have? And he was like, well, you know, he's like, I saw there was a camera and I just waved. Thought you guys would see me, but he was like, I just went in. And I was like,
how did you get in?
Do you guys know the code? Like, do you have a backup key? Like, I'm so confused as how they're getting into the house.
We should probably look into that a little bit.
I know. Which I will say, maybe it's the back window because there's one window that we still have to replace that's on back order that the window doesn't lock. It's like completely broken.
That's like full That's like taking it too far. You're like sneaking around and checking all the windows, and then you're climbing in. These big dudes are just climbing through a window.
I know. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they know how to unlock the front door, like it's just a regular lock. So maybe I don't know. I mean, I've obviously had to hire people to break into my own house when I've been locked out of it and they've had no issue getting in. So I don't know. But anyway, everybody's stoked that it's a B&B. Like both neighbors are like, we can't wait. We're going to rent it. This is amazing. You guys have done a great job. So like the relationship with the neighbors has been great. And I'm not trying to ruffle the feathers with them like getting into the house while we're not there. And they've told me of a couple of occasions where like we had one kind of methy furniture installer. Mick was like, who did he send out here that's like completely strung out? I'm like, they sounded great on the phone.
Well, addicts usually do.
Yeah. So they only worked for us for a day. Never came back. But they did show up to go fishing off of our dock. Mm-hmm. And both neighbors reported that back to me. And they were like, we told them to get off your property because it's not Mick and it's not Ethan. And I'm like, thank you. But also quit breaking into my house. So
you're walking a line here.
I know. I'm like, you guys are like testing me to see if I want to be part of the good old boys club, and I do.
I do want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I want to be chill about this, but like, please don't steal anything. And nothing's been stolen. So
to introduce them to the new owners at some point and be like, these are the people who own the home. Be nice to them.
Yes, please be nice to them. So anyway, it's going really well, but
I can't believe just fully admitting to breaking and entering, like both of them.
They just don't think. I'm convinced they don't even think it is. I think that they think that everybody in Michigan is like BFFs and this is just casual neighborly behavior.
It's not neighborly behavior. It's like maybe family behavior, but even that, like I literally was talking to my mom about that today because people just be walking in my parents' house. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not a thing. Mm-hmm. We don't really do that. Like at least knock first. My aunt today, she did knock first, but then the dogs go crazy. But I'm like, why do people just be walking in people's houses?
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that's family behavior because the section of the lake that we're on is known as Relative Row.
Oh.
So they're all related. Oh, it is family behavior. And
they're seeing you as family.
Immediately.
I love that for you.
Yeah. So no bad drama, but that is drama nonetheless.
Yeah. It's not really bad drama.
Yeah.
I can't think of any really bad drama that's happened at mine. I had more people that are the Hulk stay at my property.
Break more furniture?
The people broke the bed that one day.
Yeah.
So annoying. I'm trying to order a new piece for that bed because I want it for my home. Because I love that. It's like almost $1,000.
Yeah.
But they ripped the cabinet off the front section of the cabinet that's above the toilet, just ripped the front off of it. Completely. Like they told us about the bed. They didn't tell us about the cabinet.
How?
I'm like, right? I'm like, how are you pulling on that cabinet? There's nothing in that cabinet. It's literally just there because it was there when we bought it and I didn't want to take it down. We put nothing in it. And I'm like, what were you doing to pull on the cabinet that hard that's above the toilet?
I think that the same reason the bed broke was the reason the cabinet broke.
Well, above the toilet? I don't know.
I just don't know another scenario where you're being like, it's either, I don't know. I just don't know another scenario where you could possibly be like carelessly being that aggressive in a bathroom.
Right? I'm like, what in the world? So I had to take the cabinet down and re-glue it and put a whole new bed frame in there.
I know that we're not allowed to have cameras on the inside of B&Bs, but man, it's situations like that where I'm like, I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Like, what were you doing?
Yes. What were you How did this happen?
Dude, I don't know. So that's about it. I mean, we're just getting it ready to sell. That's pretty much exclusively what we're doing with that. Newaygo. Love Newaygo. See, here's the thing that makes it nice is the client, a gem of human being.
Literally dream. We have gotten so fortunate with clients.
Dream client. She's the best. If I have to bring anything to her that like she has to handle, she does it as quickly as possible. She's an angel of a person and like doesn't complain about anything that's going on. It's just the house that is so freaking annoying. And on top of all of the issues that come with the house, the spiders. So every time I go there, I'm annoyed and covered in spiders.
Emily, yesterday, I didn't even want to post this on Instagram because I'm like, if I saw this video, I wouldn't go to this B&B.
I posted a spider on my story the other day.
I have a video that I didn't post on my story because I was going to post it after seeing yours. This spider is probably 4x the size of the spider that you posted the other day.
Shut up. That one was huge. And
this one was like the body, not the legs. The body was this.
Absolutely not.
I have chills just talking about it.
The one I saw was neon yellow and black.
Yeah, that's a banana spider.
I did not know that. What is a banana spider?
The only reason I know that is because like 2 weeks after moving to Texas, there was one at Ethan's dad's house, and Ethan's brother was like, "Oh yeah, they're harmless." Like, but it was like
it doesn't look harmless.
It doesn't. No, it looks
poisonous. Yes. Terrifyingly poisonous. My dad knocked it down because we were going to install this Ring camera. I have beef with Amazon about the things. We can talk about that in a second. I ordered the camera. Doesn't work, but we were going to attach the solar panel to the side of the house where it seems like the most sun gets. And it's right where this spider was. And I was like, are you going to knock that down? He goes, he's not bothering me. And he goes, but I guess I will, because if I nudge it, he might jump and then he might jump on you. And I was like, knock it down. Knock it down and stomp on him. He could have lived in a tree. There were so many trees for him to be living in, and he chose the house. That's not my problem.
I think it's because the house is the cleanest, you know? I don't know for sure, but like...
Can't.
I'm going to show you the video of the one that I saw yesterday because I just was like, we're almost done with this project. Burn it.
Yeah.
It's so big.
That's fair. But I do have a couple things. So the well, not actually closed.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
Let's preface this with this buyer did not get an inspection on this property.
Yeah, which is why we've had to do all new plumbing. There's a new well.
Yeah.
We've talked to her about this. I don't know what she'll end up doing about it, but she has to like trench around the property and put basically drainage because water seeps into the basement. There's a lot of things wrong. It's an old house. Well, they had to get a new well and they had to close the previous well. And basically it was just like pouring concrete down the hole until it fills. Well, we get there and I'm like, they say they're done. I'm like, cool, they're done. There's some water in the yard, but I don't even think anything of it. We've gotten a little bit of rain, but like not a lot. And so my parents are there and my mom can sniff out a problem quick. And
Love that about Kelly.
She will tell it. She looks at it and she goes, there's something wrong with your well. And I was like,
that's not what I want to hear, Kelly.
What do you mean? And she goes, I don't know what's going on, but this water is moving. And I'm like, how did you look that closely? Like you can just barely, you have to really look at it. It looks like the water's all shifting because it's all running downhill.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, it's not coming from the new well. Like you can see that it's coming from where the old well was. You lift up the lid, it's like full of water.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
And then
like,
the pipe,
not my circus, not my monkeys.
The pipe where the old well came up that they were like filling with concrete. My dad reaches his hand down, like gets a bunch of water out of it. It just fills right back up. And I was like, oh my gosh. So they're coming back out to fix that. What else? The bathroom fixtures in the bunkhouse were not installed at the correct height. So they're all being moved up, which means tearing out tile and redoing drywall.
Wait, why do you have to tear out tile?
Because the bathtub one, it was installed too low.
Wait, bathtub drain, the spout. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say spout or did you say lights?
I said fixtures.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking light fixtures.
No,
I was like, wait, what? Okay, no. I'm fully with you.
Light fixtures are fine. Water, spout, faucet.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. They're all being moved up. Also, I double, triple checked with Ethan, who double, triple checked with the flooring guy about how much flooring I was supposed to order. And we just have an excessive amount now. And we need like 3 boxes for the area we have left. And I think we have like 15 boxes left. And we are well past the return date of this flooring. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the flooring.
Is it from Home Depot or no? Are we talking the black and white ones?
Black and white.
Okay.
So I'm going to try. Like most places have been pretty cool about returning things as long as it's still in the box. So I'm going to try. But just like little things like that have been annoying. The smell in Newaygo, it's back, by the way. Went there the other day. If you don't leave like the doors open, smell is there. So I think it's the water that's sitting in the basement. So we're going to have to figure that out. And then we're just waiting on good old Keith to come and finish his job so I can start making the beds.
Keith!
I can't unwrap any of the beds from the plastic or clean anything because
you can't.
So many of the light fixtures still have to be put in and none of the outlets are actually screwed into the wall. They're all just hanging out.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I can't do anything else until Keith goes there. So I'm just chilling.
Yeah, we should hire one of the Omen's boys is an electrician. We need to hire him because I know he's local. He needs to come and do it because Keith, oh my God, I love Keith so much. I love him so much, but he's a menace. He's an absolute menace.
Well, there's just like also things just sitting around the house.
He's the messiest worker I've ever met.
He just left there. The other day I was installing, these like curtain hold back things, whatever you want to call them. The things that you put curtains in to hold them back from the window. And we pull a curtain back and we put it in there. And there's just an outlet sitting on the ledge of the window. My dad goes, well, do we want to move that? I was like, nope. And he goes, why? I was like, because Keith put it there. And I think Keith's going to remember that he put it there. And he's going to be confused when it's not there anymore. And he goes, okay. And I was like, I am touching nothing of Keith's because I do not want to lose any of Keith's stuff.
Keith he's an American treasure. He is the absolute best and worst thing that we've ever hired in our lives.
Well, I texted Ethan the other day and I was like, have we heard from Keith? Do we have any like timeline on Keith? And he sends me a picture and he goes, this Keith? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm glad Keith is working. Can you tell me when he's going to come to Newaygo? And he told me end of this week. And then Ethan tells me today, probably early next week. And I'm like, we can't keep pushing. We cannot keep pushing these deadlines. Keith needs to be here now.
You can't rush him either. He shows up at noon and he leaves at 3.
Yeah. We showed up at the house one time when he was working the first time, and there was just a note on the table, and it said, hey, Zeus, had an emergency. Call if you need anything. Bye. And I was like, emergency for what? When are you going to be back? Are you going to finish the job? There was no details.
No details.
Bye.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
He's so funny. Okay, so the backstory of why we will, like, sorry, Keith, you're on the chopping block. We're not going to hire you for any project after this. But it's just because we're getting too fast-paced. Like, Keith was so good for so many years, but now it's just too fast-paced for him. And he doesn't want to work that fast-paced. Like, he wants to work 3 days a week, 3 hours a day, doing little stuff. That's not what we're doing anymore. So we've just outgrown Keith. Yeah. And I think he's ready for that too. Like, he's so bothered by how hard we're working him right now. And it's like, again, we're not asking him to stay more than 4 hours a day, but like, I don't think his body can handle it. You know, he's older.
I want him to stay more than 4 hours a day to get the job done.
Same. Like, I know the work that we've had him do this week would take 2 electricians 5 hours to do that are young. But because it's Keith, it takes a week. But we just fell in love with him and I told this story to Mick because Mick was like, where did you find this guy? Like, he's like, I watch him work and he'll like start doing an outlet over here. He'll get it halfway done. He'll leave 2 screws on the floor and then he'll start going and installing the spa and he'll get the spa about 60% done. And then he'll shift over to a light fixture and he'll undo the box and then he'll go back to the first thing he was working on. He's like, I've never seen anything like it. He's like, which is hard for GCs to work around because like, if we're outside, we want Keith inside or vice versa. Like, we want to be able to like work in our spaces so we're not like fighting each other for the space.
And not worrying about losing the 2 screws that Keith left on the floor.
Yes. He's like, he just explodes all over the house. And I'm like, yeah, we know. I was like, look, I'll tell you why I love him. I was like, I like Ethan and I, one of the very first houses we ever renovated, I guess it was the 3rd house we'd ever renovated. And we were managing our property still. We hadn't handed it off to FedA yet. And it was just in this era. I hadn't read Buy Back Your Time yet. I hadn't allocated anything in my life yet. And when we were going through that book, it was like twice a week. We were just having our days bulldozed by management crap. And those days were really hard to work alongside each other, Ethan and I, because we've got this project that's on a timeline. There's a million things that are going on. There's a checklist in our brain of things that we want to get done that day. And then at least once or twice a week, our day is just completely bulldozed by management tasks that we needed to let go of. And so we were having one of those days, and I don't remember what I was dealing with, but I was like on the phone with somebody. Maybe it was a Wayfair rep. Maybe it was, I don't know who it was, but I was just like fist fighting somebody on the phone who was just dumber than a box of rocks. And Ethan was in the other room fist fighting someone on the phone, and he needed my help while I was fist fighting this person. And so Ethan and I then are just like max capacity, overstimulated, and we just start yelling at each other. And I don't remember what we were yelling about. It was like this 5-second, like, I can't help you right now. And he's like, I need your help. Like, both of us just like wigged out. And so I like get back on the phone. Ethan walks out of the house. Mind you, while all this is happening, Keith is working.
In his 12 different spots. In the house.
Yes. Keith is in the house. And so when Ethan tells this story, he's like, so I'm sitting there staring at the lake, just trying to cool off. You're like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, just handle your shit. He was like, and all of a sudden I hear someone walking up from behind me, and he's like, and I thought it was you. And I was just like ready to be like, I need a minute. Like, do not hit me with anything right now. Like, I just need a minute. He's like, and I turn around and it's Keith. He's like, Keith comes up to me, and Keith doesn't say anything. Like, Keith is silent other than he talks to himself the entire time he's working, but like, he doesn't talk to us.
Yeah.
Like, there's no communication happening. And Keith comes out and he's like, well, I just wanted to say, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. And then Ethan turns around and he's like, I appreciate that, Keith. And Keith goes, I love you guys. I'm like, you have the job forever.
Sarah, I love that for you. That does not justify hiring somebody who works so slow.
How do I fire someone like that?
That's the kind of, you know how like we love that your dad builds things that are really sturdy and we bring him in for sturdy stuff, but not cute stuff. That's what Keith needs to be brought in for. Like a few little
tinkering things.
Yes. Keith does not need to get the whole electrician job.
He can't. He literally can't. He's holding up both projects, and I just can't fire him because I love him. Because we love each other.
Well,
it's been reciprocated, so now
he
we're
can't
family.
hold up on my project anymore. Photos are scheduled. And I can't do anything until he's done.
So anyway, I've learned my lesson. It's been painful enough on this one to have Keith take that big of a scope, but I just love him so much.
Well, that's very sweet of Keith.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Maybe he should just be a therapist.
I think so. And like, is there like a personality hire for the job site? Can I just bring him in so people have something to talk about?
He can just be your Jonathan.
Oh my God. No, we've already got one of those. So anyway, yeah. Any other drama in our lives, or are we at time? How long have we gone?
I don't know how long we've gone. That's pretty much it. I'm just like waiting for this project to wrap up, and I just decided to schedule photos to force everybody to be done by the time I need them to be done.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see if that works out, because I will be scrambling for those last few days, and Tyler will also be gone on a work trip for those last few days. So I'm going to have to figure out how to scramble with a toddler. So fun.
When's
really
the
excited.
last days? September
23rd, 24th, and 25th, because the 25th is photos, 23rd is photos. So technically that weekend before, which I believe you were in Scotland.
No, I'm not. I leave on the 23rd.
Okay.
So the weekend before, we're free.
Cool. We're going to be scrambling together, and I'm going to try to toss my kid to my parents because it's going to be very hectic. But I was like, oh, good, Tyler. I'm so glad. Tyler might be home for like maybe that Saturday. Yeah. I don't know. But he's about to do 2 back-to-back trips, one to Germany and one to Mexico for work.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Back out of the country. Why?
He's the VP and has to do that.
He's so responsible.
I know. We were talking about that last night, and I was like, honestly, this job mentally for him has been a million times better. He was like telling me last night, he's like, I feel like I'm a completely different person. I feel like I'm a better person in this job. My brain space is just, he's like, I feel like I'm more helpful to you, whatever else. And he truly is. But he's gone, I think, more often. He's gone every single week for at least a couple days. Like, we don't have any back-to-back weeks of him home. We don't have any full weeks of him being home.
But that will change when you move closer to... Okay.
Yeah, because the international trips won't be happening that often.
Yeah.
And so he'll be home every single night.
Yeah.
And most weekends, because he won't be having to travel all over the place. And so that'll be very nice when we move.
Where are you moving to again? This is a little bit of a side tangent, but...
I want to move to Brighton.
Ethan asked me that yesterday. Because he's like looking at a business and it's 25 minutes outside of Detroit, and he's like, where are Blue and Tyler moving?
No.
Hi, neighbor.
No. I do. Zoe told me if I was going to move to Brighton to talk to her, because that's where she's from.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
I know. It's so cute. Do you know they do like a Stars Hollow festival?
Well, then I have to move with you.
Oh, yay. Well, you can come over and help me with my chickens, because I'm going to get chickens.
I will not be doing that.
Come on. You're a farm girl.
I will make them fall asleep.
You don't get any of my eggs then.
My farm girl days are behind me.
Oh.
I can't.
Well, I'm excited to go back towards farm girl days. I'm very excited to get chickens. Tyler was looking at land, and he was like, we could get like a cow and horses. And I was like, that sounds really fun.
This one's like literally my version of hell.
Oh.
No farms for me. No barn for me. No homesteading for me.
You're so lame.
Dude. Yeah.
We're in different stages of life, I think.
Yeah. Watch me come full circle.
You are. The second you start having kids, you're going to be like, Emily.
I want a chicken.
And I'm going to be like, I've been doing this.
Yeah. Look.
I'm going to have to teach you.
You are the trendsetter. I do follow you. It just takes me a minute.
It takes you a few years.
Yeah. But I do end up there.
Well, I'll be happy to welcome you in
To the
when
homesteading.
you get there.
The trad wife trend.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm just not there yet, but I love that for you.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to be your neighbor when I inevitably move close to you.
Oh my gosh. Dale is going to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be mad.
She can move too. Anyway. All right. Well, that's all the drama that's in our life as of now. So,
Yeah.
for all of you listeners. Oh, one last plug for all of you listeners. We're hosting our last retreat.
And our room block ends on September 19th. So if you
Yes.
want a good price on your room for your stay, you need to get your ticket before September 19th.
Is this episode airing before September 19th?
This episode airs next Wednesday.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I'll post something on Instagram about it too. But yes, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to be in Cape Cod in the fall.
I'm so excited.
All of our friends are coming.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be a completely different wardrobe than what I brought to Zion.
I know.
I'm very excited for that.
I am very excited for that trip. I just feel like this year all of us have been so heads down.
Mm-hmm.
And we've like seen each other on mentorship calls and on work related things. But like our internal Airbnb community, I felt very disconnected from this year in comparison to years past. So
Yeah.
usually I'm like
And
coming with an empty cup. But
Fede has said, we talked about this on the call today, he wants to do like a little happy hour thing at the restaurant.
yeah. For people who are driving out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. That guy is a miracle worker.
He really is.
I don't know how we found him, but if we could find 10 of him, we would rule the world.
Literally rule the world.
Just Zins and Adderall.
Yep. Just getting him through.
Literally. But yeah, if you're listening to this and you want to come to our retreat, please do. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be an excellent time. So other than that, we will catch you next time, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.